What does it actually feel like to be psychotic? Psychosis is easily one of the least understood conditions in the social conversation. Unless you're a psychiatrist, you may go your entire lifetime without meeting somebody who's experiencing this, but it is actually a lot more common than most people think. If you've met someone with psychosis, you might have had the same reaction that I had initially of really wanting to understand how they came to view the world the way they do in those moments of psychosis. I'm going to teach you about one of the most powerful things I learned via a 2003 paper by Shitji Kapoor called Aberrant Salience Hypothesis of Schizophrenia. I probably butchered the title, but hear me out. Stay with me if it sounds complicated. Let's start with aberrant salience because in my mind that's where it all begins. Salience is an unconscious process by which your brain filters out what's important and what isn't. I teach this to my medical students by covering up my belt buckle and asking them what is on it. 100% of the time, they have no idea. And I say, well, has it been in your field of view? And they say yes. And I say, why don't you know? The answer is salience. Your brain is constantly filtering out unnecessary sensations like the feeling of your shirt touching you, or the shadow out of the corner of your eye, or the sound of the air conditioning. Here's my question to you. What would happen if that broke down and everything all of a sudden had equal high level of importance? Your brain is designed to make meaning out of things, so now that shadow out of the corner of your eye is not dismissible. It means something important. And it happened at the same time as you saw the number 6 printed on the wall over there. That must be connected, and 666 is the number of the devil, and you can see how the brain kind of spin things up. Delusions in psychosis are these fixed false beliefs. You can't argue with a delusion because the brain believes that it has put together these really salient facts into a coherent story. When that happens time and time again, you develop these systematized delusions that start to play together. One makes sense because of the other, and they keep justifying each other. And that is why the duration of untreated psychosis is one of the biggest negative prognostic factors, meaning you gotta treat it early if you want it to give the best chance of getting better. A lot more to psychosis than that, but just on the basis of that, you can see why in a psychotic episode, someone cannot tell what's real and what isn't. They also can't argue with these thoughts in their head because the process of argumentation in their mind isn't working. Everything is equally important and everything is super true and convincing. Even though it seems weird from the outside, when you understand the process of how it happened, I think it builds a bit of empathy. At least it does for me. And I'd like to continue with that in the comment section. If you have ever been psychotic, or if you know someone who has been psychotic, please share the story. Because these stories are deeply human and often very tragic. And a person with psychosis is a person. They can get better. That's why I love doing what I do. I look forward to reading your stories in the comments.